2. Rest renews your mind and body. Science backs this up. Studies show chronic overwork leads to higher risks of heart disease, depression, and weakened immune systems. Creativity plummets when we're exhausted. Memory declines. But intentional rest, whether that's a Sabbath day, a digital detox, a walk in nature, or simply practicing stillness, restores our clarity. It lowers stress hormones. It sharpens focus. Think of it like sharpening an axe. If you keep swinging without stopping, the blade dulls. But a few moments of sharpening make every swing more effective.